it starts with understanding the science and understanding what climate change means and how it's going to affect different people in different places, and use that as a starting point. But it's not just about talking about these impacts, it's also about the solutions, because climate change can be quite scary, and so you need to sort of couple it with what is it, and then we can understand that, and then also what are the solutions for it. So I think for a long time people have thought of sustainable development as something that's quite costly, and change can also be very hard, and it's a totally new way of thinking about doing something. So people can think of this as being quite costly, but there's also different types of costs, and the way that you're calculating costs can be different for these types of initiatives. So for instance, it's very easy to think about, well, how much does a certain material cost, or this change to the building versus that change to a building. Also, increasingly this is changing as people start to realize just how expensive climate change is going to be. Hurricanes and wildfires are already costing the world billions of dollars in damages, and so realizing just how much you can save by being more sustainable, not wasting, improving buildings and infrastructure and resilience, people are starting to really catch on to that, and it's becoming a lot more popular. This all starts by involving the community from the very beginning and listening to what they have to say. What matters to them in their community, how do they go about and live their lives. All of this can be very different community to community. Also, when you're thinking about different communities, there is no one size fits all. You have very different ones. You have small communities along the coast, such as different tribes that are being affected right now by sea level rise, and the considerations they have to take into mind when relocating that community as a whole is very different than, let's say, protecting the whole of New York City, which is a very big city, or you have different homes along the coast in Miami. Energy efficiency, people are realizing this is a really easy thing you can do to buildings to both make them more efficient but also save a lot of money. But I think interior design is also very well placed to do some really cool things. You're seeing in lots of different communities, whether that's using nature in the way that you're designing a building for different cooling and heating features. You've greenery and living walls. You have very interesting uses of roof spaces, whether that's for growing food or beehives, or just painting the roofs white to make them reflect the heat more. So I think you're seeing a lot of these different things pop up and are really engaging people.